To open projection zones, go to Settings, Projection Zones. Here we set up destinations for our content and assign those destinations to output hardware. To do this, we are given many different features for positioning, routing, previews, and safety. On the top, we have buttons to open and save the entire zone settings or create a new one. We can save this as default settings, add zones, and delete them. For safety, we have a brightness fader and a copy button. All the way to the right, you can also click Show It Now to enable preview live with your lasers. Above those buttons, there is more options related to saving, view options, and more. On the left side, we have a list view of all the projection zones showing its name, its selected hardware, serial number, and name if it has one. Here you can see what it looks like if a zone is assigned to connected hardware and disconnected hardware. On the right side, you have boxes you can select for two different types of test patterns. You click to enable. On the right side, we have a bunch of tabs for different parameters for each zone. The most important ones to note for real-life setup and positioning are the General tab, Geometric tab, and Beam Attenuation Map. Other things we can control about zones are its preview and advanced features. Under the General tab, you can give your zone names or rename a zone by adding a name, changing its position, and deleting the old name. Below that, we can select which output hardware we want this zone to be assigned to, the order of which we assigned in our laser controller hardware window. As well, you can see an overview of the settings on the other tabs. Under Geometric Correction, we can correct our zone for how we want. First, we will turn the brightness all the way down and enable a test pattern, and slowly bring it up until we can see our zone. It's always a good idea to use as little brightness as needed during setup for safety. Now we can click Universal Geometric Correction and start a zone, using size, position, rotation, linearity, symmetry, keystone, pincushion, bow, and shear. Next, we can use the Beam Attenuation Map if we have somewhere within our zone that we want the lasers to turn off for. Before we start blacking out area, we need to decide if we want our map to be within our geometric correction or over the entirety of our projection's capable area. Click Geometric Correction after BAM if you want it to be within the zone, and if you move the zone, it'll move the map. Select BAM after Geometric Correction if you don't want your BAM map to move if you move your geometric correction. Once we have made that decision, we can enable Beam Attenuation Map for this zone and prepare to draw. On the left, we have New, Copy to Other Zones, Copy, and Paste. Then the Pencil tool, Spray Can tool, Eyedropper tool, Paint Can, Solid Square, and Gradient Squares. On the bottom, we can select what brightness we want to draw into. On the right, we can also enable our cursor, which will show us where your mouse is in real life with the laser. We can enable our laser cursor, and let's block out the area of our zone. You can see these changes live in the zone test pattern. Now that we have set up our zone in laser and done our safety settings, we can look at some of the other options. First, we have our Preview tab. Here we can adjust how the zone will be seen within the preview window. You can view it as graphics or beams. We can change its size, position, and rotation of the zone itself, change the beam diameter, and even change the position of the projector point source within that space. On the right, we can see how it'll look in our preview window. By using Preview, you can write entire complex laser shows just using the preview window. And second, we have Advanced. We have a couple of selections for advanced users to select. Average users should not have any of these first beam-related checkmarks selected and are fully described here. Thank you for watching our Quick Hints video on the projection zone settings window. If you still need help, you can contact support by emailing support@pangolin.com. We'll help you as soon as possible.